to start in about 30 seconds.
Is that your question?
We were doing this. We got it. Okay. I'm gonna get a good shot.
Okay, here we go.
I apologize. I need to put the time. Come on, councilors. Yeah.
Some of you want to go on the other side.
Well, first, let me say good morning to everyone. I want to thank the Birmingham City Council for being here this morning. As we continue to talk to our Jefferson County delegation, who are Democrats, as we continue to talk with other elected officials across the state, and as we continue to talk to our lawyers, to us it is clear that SB 330 is unconstitutional on its face. Now, I want to share that we are not here to defend the Birmingham Waterworks. If anything, I understand how the average citizen literally feels about their experience with the waterworks. We don't want to shortchange that. But at the exact same time, I want to be crystal clear. Two wrongs don't make a right. Two wrongs do not make a right, and everything in SB 330 on its face is unconstitutional. This bill does not take politics out of the waterworks. It actually inserts more into the Birmingham Waterworks. It allows some things that are questionable, that are unethical and unconstitutional on its face, such as, here's an example. It allows elected officials to double dip. An elected official can appoint themselves. An elected official can appoint another elected official. That's not less politics, that's more. Elected official can get paid while on its board, which, again, according to the state of Alabama, is unconstitutional. But it doesn't protect the operational integrity of the waterworks as well. We're concerned about the ratepayer and the ratepayer only. And as we understand it, we have a bond deal that is imminent, and they are in works to go to meter readers, which is what all the ratepayers deserve and need and want. This bill disrupts all of that. But there's something else that is critical and important before I turn this mic over to President Dr. Darrell O'Quinn. We live in America. Representation matters. It matters at all forms of levels of government, the federal level, state level, local level. Representation matters. Representation matters as it relates to our public boards, particularly our public utilities. We all know that Jefferson County makes up 91% of the ratepayers. And within that, 44% of those ratepayers live in the city limits of Birmingham. This new board does not reflect either one of those. We have to call it what it is. It is a taking. And this lawsuit is our way to fight something that we know is not just a taking, but many provisions of this bill are unconstitutional and questionable as it relates to ethics on its face. With that said, I turn the mic over to President Dr. Darrell O'Quinn.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to reiterate a few things that the Mayor mentioned about the ethical considerations of SB 330. The fact that, this bill allows elected officials to be appointed to these positions and even appoint themselves, the fact that it allows double dipping, the fact that this bill excludes the opportunity for the public to be able to bring their concerns and their complaints before the board is directly in conflict with what we believe democracy is all about. The fact that the Republican majority of the state legislature used false information to promulgate this legislation is abhorrent. There were many outright lies that were stated multiple times, many times over. It was stated that the mains replacement maintenance program is on a 300-year cycle. That is completely false. If you live in the city of Birmingham or within the Birmingham Waterworks area that's served by Birmingham Waterworks, you know that there's mains replacements happening all over the city. And that cycle, that is on a 38-year replacement cycle. The fact about the information that was promulgated about the number of ratepayers in Jefferson County and in the city of Birmingham, that's completely false. What the mayor stated about 92% of the customers being in Jefferson County and 40+% being in the city of Birmingham, these are facts. The fact that the information that was shared about the rate of water loss from the system, is stated that over half of the water produced by Birmingham Waterworks is lost. That is a false statement. The truth is that only about a third of the water produced is lost, and that's about average for our part of the country. So I just want to really highlight that, not only are there ethical concerns built into this legislation, there are strong concerns about the way this legislation was passed, and without opportunity for people who represent the ratepayers to be involved in the conversation. I want to reiterate, at no point has a state legislator ever reached out to myself, the mayor, or any member of this council to get our input or share their concerns about the Birmingham Waterworks. So we're here today to, again, reiterate our opposition and move forward with taking action. Thank you.
Just one last thing before we open it up to one or two questions. Dr. O'Quinn, president of the Birmingham City Council, is right. There was no public notice. We talk about things we may not like at the waterworks, such as limiting voice. But then let's call it what it is. It's hypocrites. Down in Montgomery during this process, they turned around and did the same thing. Limited speakers, limited the time they could speak. You have to call it what it is. But there's something else that happened during this process. This bill passed in 4 legislative days, which is literally unheard of. At the breakneck speed of it being passed, the rush to get it passed without conversation beforehand, without input beforehand, without notice beforehand for those who live in Jefferson County, those who are elected in Jefferson County, as well as surrounding counties who use the water as well. And so that begs the question of why. But there's one last note, because this needs to be stated on the record. Nothing in this bill changed the fact that your sewer bill will continue to increase. It will continue to increase. This bill doesn't shield or protect the ratepayer from that increase. And so we're just here to not only state the facts, but we want to protect and defend the ratepayer, because that's what our number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5th priority is, not politics, which is so deep in this bill. This is a very political bill. It doesn't make things better for the ratepayer. With that said, does anybody have any questions?
Has the lawsuit been filed?
Ms. King?
Yes, the lawsuit has been filed in the Middle District, and the plaintiffs are the mayor in his official and individual capacity, as well as all of the city councilors.
What's the argument that you're making in this lawsuit?
So what has been filed is an emergency motion in conjunction with a verified complaint for temporary restraining order, preliminary injunction, and declaratory relief. The suit is against Governor Ivey and the Attorney General. This emergency TRO highlights several deficiencies of SB 330, and it essentially speaks to the fact that the passage of SB 330 will result in disproportionate representation of the ratio of customers served by the proposed regional board. We are also alleging several state, federal constitutional violations, federal mainly.
Thank you all.
We would like for this bill to be, we would like for the governor to not sign this bill, and we would like for it to be sent back to the legislature to make appropriate changes.
With that, I think we're going to wrap up now.
Thank you all.
everybody.
Thank you so much.
Council will be heading back over for their council meeting. Thank you for being here. I'll leave that. So you need to get yours too?
I'm gonna grab my